What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB, back in the building, back with another video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into this one really quickly, guys. I want to talk about this debate that's been going on in the boxing circles, guys. This daring to be great situation. People talking about Canelo Alvarez. You know, the fallout continues from the fight last Saturday night. Now, you have a lot of his fans. I would say some of his fans. I won't say all of his fans. I would say making excuses for why Canelo Alvarez lost the fight. And you guys know, who've been rocking with me for a while, know I'm not big on excuses when it comes to losing a fight. You guys remember the Wilder thing, of course. I wasn't with that, and I'm not with this. You guys remember the Glovegate stuff, the stuff with the water, the disloyal trainers, the heavy suit. When those excuses were being made by Wilder and his camp, I couldn't rock with that. Even though I took a lot of flack for that, and I just couldn't rock with it because I'm not big on fighters making excuses. And the same thing with this situation here. It's a little different because I don't think it's Canelo making excuses, but some of the boxing media, some of the fans are making excuses for why he lost the fight. And I'm hearing, different things. I'm hearing because, he went on a plant-based diet. I'm hearing because, he was daring to be great and he went up, to a higher weight class to fight a bigger guy. And, he came up short, and that's the reason why he lost the fight, because he was outside of his comfort zone. That's what people are saying. And I want to give the real reasoning why Canelo Alvarez lost the fight. And it's none of those reasonings that I just gave. Those are just excuses and people deflecting from what really happened. Now, as far as Canelo Alvarez going up, to 175, facing a bigger guy, Canelo Alvarez, most of the time, he is the smaller guy in the ring. Even when he ran that gauntlet at 168, he was the smaller guy. I went to the fight with him and Billy Joe Saunders in Texas. He was the smaller guy in that fight. When he fought Callum Smith, he was the smaller guy. When he fought Caleb Sweet Hands Plant, he was the smaller guy. And he still came up victorious in all those fights. So you can't tell me just because Bivol was the bigger guy, that's why he lost the fight. And let's face it, he had already fought at 175 before. He captured the WBO title from Sergey Kovalev. So he already had been a champion at 175. And Kovalev was a bigger guy. So it's not the size, guys, the reason he lost the fight. It's not the plant-based diet why he lost the fight. He lost the fight because the guy that he went into the ring with was highly skilled. He had great fundamentals, and he had educated feet. And those educated feet and those fundamentals that he possessed, and he followed the game plan. He executed the game plan. That's why Canelo Alvarez lost the fight. He wasn't fully prepared for what Bivol brought to the table. He didn't make any adjustments in the ring. He didn't have a plan B. The plan that he executed did not work. And that's the reason, that's the only reason that he lost the fight. Not because of what he ate, and not because Bivol was a bigger guy. Because he's fought a lot of bigger guys, and he's, put those guys out. Dropped them, broke their eye sockets, and messed up their arms. He's done a lot of stuff to bigger guys. Now, I did do a video on Eddie Reynoso. I invite you guys to go check that video out here on my channel, where Eddie Reynoso took 2 L's in the past 2 weeks with Oscar Valdez being defeated by Shakur Stevenson. Of course, Canelo Alvarez being defeated by Dimitri Bivol. And I said that those were the same 2 type of fighters. Slick, on your toes fighters, working behind the jab fighters. And the people in their camp seem to have problems with fighters like that. And I said in that video that if Canelo Alvarez decides to go back into a rematch with Bivol, I think that he should bring in somebody else into the camp to help where he's lacking. We know he's lacking in footwork. We know he's lacking, he has stamina issues. And I gave my opinion on who I think he should bring in. I said Kenny Porter, Sean Porter's dad. You guys know Sean Porter has some of the best footwork in the game, crazy angles. And Sean Porter never has stamina issues in a fight. We've never really seen him like that. And I think that Canelo Alvarez does need to bring somebody in if he decides to fight Bivol again, because he wants to be fully prepared for a guy like that. If you go into that fight again with the same game plan, he's going to lose, in my opinion. I think he's going to lose even worse, because I think Bivol, now his confidence level is high, and he's going to press that gas, and he's probably going to get Canelo up out of there. Even if he goes down to 168, I heard Bivol say he's willing to go to 168 and to fight Canelo Alvarez for the titles down there. So I think Canelo has work to do, you know, and you're never too big. You're never bigger than the sport. You know, there's always something that you can work on. There's always something that you can make improvements on. Canelo as well, even though he was seen as the face of boxing, we know he had certain attributes that he lacked in. And I just put him out there. So him daring to be great. Of course, Canelo Alvarez wants to be a great. You know, he didn't go up to 170. He went up to 175 because he wanted to become undisputed at 175, to be undisputed in 2 weight classes. Just like he did, you know, like I said, at 168. He ran the gauntlet there. He wanted to go up to 175 and do that and be in the history books. That's him daring to be great. But him being just going up to 175 and him facing a bigger guy, that's no excuse. That's not why he lost. He lost the fight because the other guy was the better fighter that night. And that's the only reason. But there you have it, guys. That's just my opinion on the daring to be great debate that's been going on here online. I just don't like to hear excuses, whether they're coming from fans or whether they're coming from the fighters. Canelo Alvarez went in there and he did his best that night, and he came up short, and it is what it is. That's just, you know, that's just boxing, guys. Go back to the drawing board, look at what you're lacking in, come up with a better game plan, do better next time. So you guys tell me what you think about the debate, the great debate, daring to be great debate, in the comment section, guys. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.